Hi, it's Charlie giving you a final update of the year, really, as far as the trading challenge is concerned. I've done a couple of updates now. This is the trading challenge, which has started back in June. Our last update, I think, was in November, October. I can't remember when I last did the update. Just go back and look at the YouTube channel and you can find them. So I've just brought up the portfolio report here, just so you can see where we got to. It's now up 114% going into the end of the year. I've just closed out some swing trades here this morning, so practically flat now. And that's where it's got to from where I started back in June. I took a dip, and you can sort of see the way that the P&L has gone. And the thing is, I'm going to continue doing this challenge. So I started on 20,000. It took that dip, and it's now sitting on 42,800. Now, I'm sure many of you can say, "Yeah, I've done more percentage return than you've done, Charlie," and brilliant. I'm really pleased if for those of you that have done way better than that. But you've got to also bear in mind that it's one thing trading on your own account, and it's one thing trading on your own account and knowing that you've got to publish your results. And what I come across is traders say, "Oh, I can do that, and I can do better than you," and yeah, I'm sure you can. But it is different. It's the same as when I'm trading my funds. Is this a different level of responsibility when you're trading your funds as well? And so you have to be able to have that mindset to be able to switch from trading your own account to then trading fund money, to then even doing something like this is more speculative. I don't try and trade my own money this sort of level of aggression to try and make 100% or more in the last 6 months. I don't trade with that type of aggression. But as I said back in the summer, this trading challenge will just continue. So it's hit a milestone now of breaching 100%. So what I'll be looking for going into next year is to see if next year I can then take double this again. So if I can get it up to maybe 80,000 or so by the time we get to the end of late part of next year. If I can do better than that, great. Really depends on the trading and how I get on with as we go through the year. So it really depends. Sometimes you can really have a good spurt because I'm trading this aggressively, as I've gone through in the summer. I'm still risking anything up to 2%. Most of the time I'm risking less than 1% on the trades, but there are trades that will come along which I will risk up to 2% on. So it's less risk than the previous challenges, and I'm trying to, for that reason, I'm not trying to have as many sort of swings on this challenge as in previous challenges. So there you go, that's the update on where we're at, and I'll look to see if I can get it up to that sort of 80,000 mark by the end of next year. I'll do regular updates as we go through. It's one of those sort of things. Been doing trading challenges now. I started in 2013, I think was the first one, the 10k to 100k one. I think it was 2013. And I'm so used to sort of continually doing challenges now that I quite like doing them. And yet you see most educators won't do it because they don't want to put their neck on the line, because it isn't easy, putting your neck on the line. Unless, there's all sorts of tricks that some educators will get up to with you see on Instagram and the likes. But a genuine trading challenge where you're genuinely trading in a real account is not easy, and that's why probably most people won't do it and put their neck on the line like that. But I'm so used to doing it now, I quite enjoy it, and so I enjoy the challenge of doing the challenge. So that's where we're at. So we'll see how we get on next year. Let's have a quick look at a couple of markets here. I'm recording this on what day is it? Wednesday the 23rd, and these markets have had the dollar's had a bad time of it this year, as you can see. This is the euro dollar, and it's just whether it's the euro or whether it's the Aussie dollar, they've all had really good strong runs against the dollar this year. And so going into next year, I'm a little bit concerned that is this trade, so to speak, the dollar bearish trade, a little bit overcooked. So I'm a little bit, I say concerned. I'm cautious towards that at the moment. It could have another run. I have my own views on it that I will be trading. It could have another leg up. We'll probably find out tonight or tomorrow night about some form of Brexit deal. And if that comes through, that might help the euro and the pound again against the dollar. But I'm just starting to see some signs where we might see a bit of a bounce in the dollar going into the earlier part of next year. So I'm looking out for that. But markets, they run in themes, and so they will ebb and flow. If they push up from here, and they could do, the trend is still very much intact. But if the euro and the Aussie and these markets carry on pushing against the dollar, I think that they're getting closer to some main targets up around about 123.50 to 124 zone on the euro. Certainly, there will be some resistance coming in that area. So we'll see. It's just a case of, are we going to have another blip up there, or are we going to do a pullback from going into the new the early part of New Year? So I'll be getting myself prepared for all of that. Outside of that, it's been a great year at Easy Trader Towers. The biggest thing we did this year was I launched the new AI system, and we now have our leaderboard on here, and you can see how how that's all panning out, and we've got some amazing, incredible returns going on down this leaderboard here. And so that's been a really cool new development that we had this year with the AI, being able to introduce something on what was already our most successful strategy, which is DST, plugging DST into the AI, and then allowing the artificial intelligence to crunch all the data and then refine it based on all of the data that it held. And so that's been a really probably the brightest thing that we've been able to bring through this year, and there'll be more continuous developments with that next year. We've got this copy feature now, which actually, if I bring it back up, you can actually follow people on the leaderboard, and you can actually, by February of next year, you'll be able to auto follow the people on the leaderboard as well. So you can follow them and you get a message whenever they trade or whatever, but you can actually have it auto copying. And then the nice thing is with that is that people will the people on the leaderboard will be remunerated as well if they have people following them and stuff, so or copying them. So yeah, all sorts of nice features, cool features coming out next year. So lots going on for 2021 in spite of everything that we've all experienced this year globally. There's always ways to reasons to be hopeful for the future. And I always say that what you should do, doesn't matter how bad it is right now, is project yourself 5 years into the future, looking back at where you are today and everything that we're all experiencing. And I would like to think that in 5 years' time, we'll be looking back saying, okay, we all got through it, and it was a weird, very strange time, but many of us ended up coming through it all. So I always like to be positive and optimistic for our collective futures. I'd like to wish you a very happy Christmas. I will be posting more videos over the period anyway, because I can't go away this year. So, but I do hope you have a very peaceful Christmas wherever you are, and stay safe out there.